Alrighty, welcome to today's stream. You'll notice in the top right corner, I've got a little sub goal there. I'm gonna take you guys where my plants are not, because I do not want to destroy my greenery. That would be preferable, and now we're gonna shoot you. How about them? Okay, cool. Distraction aside. Anyways, sub goal 2, and I will get and play Elden Ring because I really want to already. And it's an expensive game. So if I do that, it won't be great, but we're putting it out there. I wish I could make it look prettier, but 1, I am not a graphic design artist, and 2, I do not know how to actually alter the look of that. So it's gonna be ugly. Hold on. Archery is this one right. Mob heads is over here. Mob drops is right here. It's not on that. No. This is Blackstone. I do not need this currently. This is for the end project. Put in there. And then this go into my transportation. Oop. Okay. How's that part done? Like everything is. Oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on. Give me a second. I'm still gonna have this on because I forget that you need to set the Spotify guy every single time. Spotify should be want to make sure. Cool. Okay. So today I want to decorate. I want to finish decorating this building. I didn't really finish decorating it at all, and I really want it. So I want to grab some blast furnaces, because these are very good for AC units. Oh, what else did I use? I believe I used tough. Specifically this tough. So I used like these. I don't think I use slabs very often. I mainly use the stairs every once in a while. Those, and then I know I put iron trap doors every once in a while in certain areas. I don't have it on hand. everything for the Grime is right there, and then our AC units kind of help settle everything in. In the meantime, I need to grab iron trapdoors as well. Oh. You know what else I need to do? He may be useful. The other thing that might be useful to grab, actually, though, is scaffolding. Actually, I'd rather use scaffolding. I've come to realize I don't actually like using the happy guest at all. The movement of the happy guest is very difficult to control and makes building difficult. And, like, it's nice to be able to, like, stand on top of them and do all those kind of things. Yes. Basically, we want to give it this treatment. We'll come back and do, like, mushrooms and the diorite, which I don't know about the diorite, because the hard part is I specifically use that around windows. And I don't have any windows on this building because it's holding all of our villagers. So windows would not work very well. But yeah. So I need to grab with Swift Sneak, this goes by pretty quickly. That guy's still doing his thing, so this is not fully active. This is not fully active. These are what I need. Yeah, we got 43 animals, so that's not too shabby. We're doing pretty well. I need to, like, actually do second in this area. There were chunk loaders for a while. Now I got rid of them. Well, as in, like, ender pearl chunk loaders. But I since removed those because they were not. I didn't need them anymore. It's like every once in a while I'll put those in. I might put them back just because I now have the kill switch in there. So I haven't really, like, the iron golem is not being off very well. So it's not really. I don't do it. Which is fine. Oh, by the way, I mean, Alan, if you're still listening in, you'll probably like this. You no longer need to get to my base via the portal down below because I now have portals set up in my storage room. You'll still need to fly into this area, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's easier to fly from either the shopping district or that my base portal because they're about to do stuff. That way you don't have to crawl through this. The end of that end portal until I changed that. Because that obviously wasn't great. So we're gonna kind of randomly put these guys on. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on first. We'll keep this in the back of our mind that needs to happen. Let's grab scaffolding out. Let's just go ahead and put all of the blocks. So that is this. Let's try to put this in order. So it goes that, and then birch, and then after birch goes these guys, and that goes sand, and smooth sandstone is the lightest of all them all. For now, just to get this out of my way. And then I'm gonna grab all of the scaffolding, so I can tell you how. And okay, let's do like just like right here. you guys don't mind mod use, because I'm about to do some of it, because, yeah, fake sneaking, because it's really annoying to hold shift, because you go through the scaffolding, which is also why I don't like using scaffolding that often. Let's go ahead and put a guy right here. And that's also wrong. Like that. And we can put that up there. We're also going to enable fake sneak placement. So that way we don't have to annoyingly... actually, probably easier. That way we don't have to shift to place once again, so we don't have to go down. So fine. Let's just put 2 of them there. And then what's the next layer? The next layer is about 3 blocks up from it. So the next layer goes 1, 2, 3. So it's... I'm just gonna put this like all the way up, and we can worry about where it goes. Okay, so go to about here, I think, because I do want these to all be at the same level. So it's this level right here that we need to be at, which is actually 1 block lower. Right there. This is where we need. This is where the next one needs to be. And then the next one, I skipped one there. No, I did not, actually, so this one is the next one, which I believe is actually right. Okay. Okay. Is it? Like this, I'm probably going to place right here. It's actually 1 block too high. 1 block down. This. This is also 1 block. I think that's fine. We'll just have to remember things. That's all. We're putting them sparingly, mainly for resources, but I also now have like a crap ton of blast furnaces because I was going to use it as before, and then I decided I didn't want to. Well, it should be. Not about that. This should be. This is here. Big O scaffolding. That should be good. I don't think we're going to go actually higher, at least when it comes to these. So I'm not gonna... So now we're here. So I want to put... I believe it's at this, what I'm looking at right now. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and put 1 here. We're going to skip this one. We're going to put 1. I'm going to put 1 that's facing the other way. Right here. Just to add some variety. And then on this next layer, I believe it's also right on the down. No. Why do blocks have 2 points? I believe this is right. I hope so. I should have checked before I built, but yes. Yes, it is. Okay, and then we want 1 right here. So block. And then we'll go ahead and do this one. And we'll keep this. And then we have 1 more layer. We'll just do, and this should be lined up with this. So we'll do, this is here, so. And actually, yeah, I do want to here. Oh, I did have one that was like way up there though. Yeah, I do put some more. Okay, like this definitely has more, air conditioning up there. The grinding is going well so far. I actually haven't gotten to it yet. So first is all the AC units that cause the grind. Side's definitely going to be also voices quiet. You can barely hear me. I'm even like trying to talk louder. Honestly, the microphone has been something that I definitely need. I think I need. How's the music? Is the music too loud? It's clicked the wrong one. It is up. Voice suppression is on. What's the problem? Okay, how's that? Also, let me know if there's an echo now, because I like to pay for it, but then keeping out a lot of the music. The music is about 10% too loud, 10%. Let's go ahead and how that? We good there? Let's go shrink. I want to make sure this is good. The microphone is definitely something. Oh, hold on. How's that? It certainly makes a difference when your microphone is all the way down at like negative 35 decibels for some reason. So now it's been raised to negative 20 decibels, in addition to me removing the noise gate, which I might have to put back. Let me know if there's any echoes, because we obviously don't want that. Let's go ahead and put a dude right here. How do I do this to myself? Much better. Good. That would probably also help for my videos. I forgot about that. Boop. And let's actually just leave the one there. Yeah. Okay, so that's that portion done. I also kind of need to figure out this. I probably should have brought more tough with me. I'm not gonna lie. That probably would have been smart. Okay, let's pick up all of this. So let's let's just have it over here. We'll see where that goes. See how that looks. Get a big old pipe coming off the side of the guy over here. And we'll just leave it there for now. Because the issue is the pipe could literally just go right here. I doubt the corporation cares that much about whether or not it's, a pipe is in the way of its employees. You know what I mean? So if we just have this literally, we can also, we also have the option to do this. I try to avoid these because I don't like the way that looks, but maybe if we bring it down one, that's better. It's just when it connects to the wall, it doesn't look that good. We're definitely going to need more, so I'm going to grab some more tough and get, maybe a stack or two more of the walls. Which the nice thing about walls is they're 1-to-1, so that's kind of epic. Yeah, so we'll see how long this takes me to grime, and then we'll maybe come around and do this one as well. Maybe turn off these, because those are a little annoying in the base. So I need tough, because I have 46 here. We're just not going to bother with those. We're going to see where my tough is. It's probably in here. Yes, it is. So let's grab 2 stacks. I think that ought to be good. And we get it. Go ahead and do that. The funny thing is upstairs I was supposed to put an area for workstations. so I wouldn't need to do that. But I never got around to it, and I obviously did a completely different design up on top there. Oh, rubber band. And yeah. But hey, you know, it's fine. It's good. Was that me? Was that my nose? Oh, wait. Was I the only one that heard a really weird squeak? Because I just heard something squeak. And I don't know what it was. Alright, so we get these back again. Fake sneaking honestly makes scaffolding bearable. Yeah, no squeaker. Alright. I think it was me. I think I squeaked. Or more accurately, my nose squeaked when I breathe. Y'all ever get that? So let's... I hate sideways connections, so these are just, they look bad. Is my issue with it. Like, I hate the way that looks. Do this. This one's a little bit more bearable because it's only 2. Okay. Ooh, now let's go deal with that. Alright, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently in college, and I'm a film student, and so school starts next Monday. School starts next Monday, and before school started this week, I've been in an intensive, about film adaptation, how to take another medium and adapt it into another film, and it just ended. Not like a super exciting class, unfortunately, but it's been really interested, so I started adapting a book series that I loved as a kid, and I still love it now. I actually just, like, reread it for the 7th time this Christmas to prepare for the 9th book. It already came out, but I had tried reading it when I first bought it, and then was so lost because it had been a while. And then I decided to reread the series. It's Amulet. I love that series. So I'm adapting Amulet into a movie. So I've got book 1 completely transcribed into script format. And now it's only about 49 pages, and just as like a nice little fun fact, one page on a screenplay is about 1 minute on the screen. So 49 pages is 49 minutes, so I'm going to need it to be longer. So I'm going to do books 1 and 2 as one movie, and I should be able to fit all of the content from both of those books in there and not really need to take anything out other than like some of the more boring parts, because I still have to make it interesting and like fun and enjoyable for a movie context. I think it's Grime time. And I need a junk. Actually, wait, I already have one. I lied. Because I took out all the scaffolding. So, this box can become the everything box. Let's try to keep this a little bit more organized, though. That's better. I can't just shove stuff in there. But yeah, highly recommend read. It's very good. But yeah, so I've been working on that for the past week, basically, which has been a lot of fun. And like tomorrow I go to work, and I'll be back at the law library. So the nice thing about that is I'll be able, let's actually have it go all the way. You know, that's crazy. I've never done this before. We're gonna have it go all the way, and we're gonna make it interesting, alright? Okay. I lost that block. It's gone. We don't get it back. But yeah, very good read. Highly recommend. You work at a library? Yeah, I work at a law library. Actually, I do not want to use wood here. want to use birch. And do that. So, because I work at a law library as a student assistant, let's go all the way down here. And let's do this so I can nope, not that. That was misplaced. So I can get those in there. Oh, that's the wrong block. That's the block I want. Yeah, because it's a law library position, oh, this is why I have fake sneak on. Put that back on. It's easier to deal with the challenges than it is to deal with it not being on sometimes, because now I can walk all the way to the edge and not have to worry about it. Nice. So yeah, because I'm sitting at a desk all day, I can work on it. So I'm hoping to, one thing I need to do is fix it up. Because right now, the general, like, dialogue is not the cleanest, as in, like, not, like, clean as in their swears and stuff. I mean, because it's a kid's book, sort of young adult, middle school age, I'd probably say. Anyways, that's not important. What I mean by dirty, or, like, clean it up, is, like, some of the dialogue just is clunky. And so it doesn't read well, or, like, people would actually talk like that kind of thing. And so I definitely need to fix it. I believe the author might be Japanese just based off of the name. And so it's very possible that it was translation errors that kind of make it clunky. Or just that it was written in English and he's just not as proficient in it. So there are just certain weird nuances in it. Like, one of the things that I always see with it is that, like, names will be repeated often. So it'd be like, this person, and then, you know, they'll say the name. Or, like, some of the other stuff is, because it's a graphic novel, you know, each panel almost always has something on it. Not always, but a lot of times it will. And so, like, you'll have one panel, the main character's name is Emily. So, like, your younger brother will be running to chase after her because he needs to get her attention. So, in one panel, he yells Emily. And the next panel, he yells Emily again, and then whatever line he needs to say. Obviously, in a screenplay, that's kind of clunky. So, like, those are the kinds of things that, like, we don't need him to say Emily, Emily, blah, 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 you know? So it's like fixing those kinds of things up. Just make it read a little bit clean, like a little bit less clunky, which is what we want. We want to declunkify. But otherwise, like, everything else about the, like, writing is very good. It's funny because as, like, one of the things we do is we read other people's scripts in class, and every time they got to mine, people had very little to actually say about it because they're like, yeah, it reads well. Like, the pacing of it is good, the actual story is good. I'm like, well, I mean, I can't take credit because for the most part, I've just copied. Oh, I forgot about that. Co-op muffins, and I don't have my scaffolding. Let's get rid of that so I can just, oh, that's rough nuggers. This is actually more difficult to get in here. Okay. Wow, the freaking lag is insane. So let's go with this one there. Oh, that's my bad. And let's try to get on top of this to get here. No! Why would you want to do that? Go to chest. Go to chest. No. I gotta click on it. Go chest. Through. Through. Okay. Go friggin' put that sand somewhere. No, now I can't get through. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Brother. The mud's screwing me over. Okay. Freaking sneak placement. Alright, that was more challenging than it needed to be. Bro just wanted to be outside, okay? The sand, don't worry about the sand. He'll just put it in a chest. I can go and get it later. Despite It looks like I have a small amount of storage. I actually have quite a lot of storage. Okay, I think that's actually all the grime around those. Yes. Now we need the grime, which I realize I am a fool and I do not have enough to reach the top, so I need more scaffolding. You're gonna run your world eater and make some dinner. Very nice, very nice. Hopefully that thing doesn't break, because that would be a pain in the patoogs to have to fix. But yeah, copper golems. I love them. They're really cool. There's features I wish about them that they could do. Like, I would imagine if they could sort more specific items. And what I mean by that is, it would be really freaking cool if they could sort full shulker boxes of item into different chests of other full shulker boxes of item, you know? Like, wouldn't that be freaking amazing if they could do that? But unfortunately, they can't, which is really unfortunate. You realize that YouTube has somehow pushed stream 10 plus minutes behind the streamer? What? Are you sure that's a me end and not a you end? Because I know sometimes if you like come into the stream, it'll like glitch out and it will like put you back, and then you just have to pull it forward, and you should be catched up. Because that's happened to me before on streams. So I want to make sure that it's not a me problem, because if it is, I don't know how to fix it. But I'm sure I don't want to I want to lose those. I don't want those to go back into the farm, because that could cause problems. Let's go down one more. Let me pick those up before a hopper minecart does it. That would not be good. Ah. Hopefully everything is back paced where you need it to be. Let's do 2 on there. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah? Yeah. And let's have this one be still a bigger. Just a little bit of that. Okay. That's grime. That's all it takes. That's it. It's just grime, and then we need to put patches of mushroom blocks in here. We'll probably have to go collect some, but that's like the next step, so I'm actually going to go do that, because I kind of want to get like all decorations on this. I don't want to take down the scaffolding. When it comes to diorite, that's also kind of like just meant to be like a visual distraction from the light, you know, trying to do as much as I can to make it as less bland as possible, but that is challenging. I don't think I have very many of those, because I think I used a ton of them the last time I did this. So I may have to go to the Mushroom Island and just tear down some trees, which is fine. See, mushroom stems are the kinds of things that I want to sell. You know, not to say like this is an issue particularly, but it's just something that's interesting with our group. Is because like we don't have like built like predominantly builders or anything like that, or like people who are very like who gravitate to a specific style of Minecraft. There are a lot of shops that don't exist because people don't assume there's a, you know, desire for that. Like, I would buy all sorts of building blocks, like mushroom stems. Oh yeah, I would be buying those because I use them regularly. You know what I mean? And like sand, sandstone, like those kinds of things, but those aren't sold. They're like, the things that are sold are much more like practical, or just people had them. Well, that's not good now, is it? You're supposed to go up there. Can I see if at least the mechanism works, or like, did you just find a loophole? Like, can you... Alright, well, that's rough nuggers. Should I lower this by a block? Like, if I do that, they'll be able to get up there with these blocks. I don't know. They were supposed to come out of the portal and immediately go there. But I don't know if the portal itself blocks the view or not. But yeah, so it's like there's so little shops because people, I don't think, like, realize what should be sold, and therefore, like, people aren't making farms and stuff because they themselves don't need it. So it makes sense. Like, you know, I built an iron farm, so I sold iron products. Like, I'm a product of the system as well. And Jordan's shop over here is selling, I'm assuming, everything you can get from a bartering farm. So, you know, and then, like, an herb is selling dyes because he made a dye shop, or he made a dye farm, sorry. So, like, it's just kind of funny, you know? I said, not to necessarily say that that's, like, a negative thing, particularly, or an issue. I feel like that's a stronger word than I want to use. It's just more of an observation. If you haven't noticed already, if you've been around the channel, I'm a very observatory? That's not the right word. Observant, that's the word I was looking for. I'm a very observant person, and I notice things that most people would not really point out or pay attention to. I'm giving you a thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, it actually has nothing to do with thumbs up, because I was thinking, face cam is something I've been thinking about. Now, I do have a webcam, right? And no, not like on a computer. Like, I actually have a separate camera that's a webcam. I have done, like, essentially screen tests. And the main issue with the face cam right now for me, especially being a film guy, my background is just so ugly. Like, you think of everyone that has a face cam, and the background is normally at least, like, a neat little office. My background is white walls, which is already very bad. Like, always avoid white walls in filming. This is, like, white walls are the singular most thing that sets student films apart from good short films, because a student film has white backgrounds because you can't afford all the props and all the set decor. It's the thing that makes it stand out. And I mean, not the one and only thing. Bad acting is typically the other thing that comes to mind when it comes to student films, because finding good actors is difficult, because most people will, you know, in film school, having gone through that process now, you just kind of have to work with what you got. Like, you have 3 days to get actors, locations, and everything you need for your short film, and you have to get all of the pre-production done in those 3 days, and then you're like, boom, you go out there and you make a film. So it makes sense why it always looks low quality, because you don't really have the time or the money to make it high quality. But then again, that also kind of sets apart, like, the really good filmmakers against the non-really good filmmakers, because the really good ones will still be able to make something look really good, even with white walls. Or they'll actually find, like, instead of either just working with the white walls, they'll find the stuff that actually makes it good. And, like, for my short film that I directed, not like my thesis film, just a cycle project, which are smaller projects that are definitely meant to be just to get your hands on the equipment. But even still, for mine, not that mine was any specialty, it was more of a team effort. It's just we all came together really well for that one. I don't feel comfortable taking the full credit for this at all. But either way, I was the director for this particular one, which is what I want to do as a career. Our film set, if you will, was in the city. Now, the nice thing about our city is that it doesn't require any film permits. Like, 99% of places are going to require film permits. Lynchburg does not. So it's really nice, because you can just, as long as you just notify the city basically and say, hey, we're going to film. And they're like, cool, go for it. You know, and they always have the little line that's like, we, Lynchburg, support all film and arts. And it's like, great. Just letting you know as a courtesy. But it's not like they could arrest us for anything. As long as we don't have guns. If you do, then you definitely need to contact the police and say, hey. But, yeah, anyways, that being said, our background was a city. So we had very visually interesting backgrounds. But even still, there were aspects of it, like, even though I'm quite proud of the way that came out, there's still aspects of it that are very much student film. And I mean, the acting in it, we had one guy that was really good. The other guy wasn't bad. He was just kind of being himself. Not in a bad way, but, like, that self was not very dynamic, especially since I knew him as personally as well. So it's like, you know, I knew he was going to be that when we cast him, but I was fine with that, because I'm like, that's not a problem. But as I said, actors and locations are the two things film students struggle with. But yeah, all that to be said, like, that was a really good short film, mainly because its location was really good. And the backgrounds are visually interesting. But also, like, this is where it's my part, like, the shot choices, the directorial design of the film also was really good. And those are the kind of things that, like, okay, this is better than most other cycle projects, to the point where my professor wants me to put it in a film festival. So I've handed off the footage to my sister, who's going to edit it properly. I've done an edit. It's no longer on YouTube because of the film festival. It can't be on YouTube if it's going to go in a film festival. But yeah, so there's like a lot of things though. By the way, howdy y'all. So yeah, that is really fun projects there. But like so many other ones, and even our earlier cycle projects before we got a grip on what we were doing and kind of getting comfortable working with each other, were very much like in a room with white walls, very boring. Nothing was really, empty rooms, because yeah, you can't really do much with the room. Now for a thesis film, that's where you save up a budget for that, and you get the set decor, and you make everything look nice and not as ugly. So yeah, all right, that should be good. Where am I? Okay, I need to go this way. I went all the way over there. From there, I started there and just kind of randomly attacked mushrooms, and those are the ones I went to. But that's kind of the vibe there. Okay. Let's go back to the base. I do want to go to the storage room so I can clear my inventory, but we're going to keep the stems out. And we're just going to put like patches of them, of 2 by 3 or 4. Just to make it a little bit more interesting. But, yeah. So definitely being a film student has been very enjoyable. It's crazy, like, you know, before going into college or anything like that, and this is, wrong box, wrong section. Do I have one specifically for it? Yes, I do. For you. And then do I have one specifically for the other ones? Yes. You can tell I've done this a few times. Just a few times, because I have a few resources. Okay. And the stems go with the other guys. Okay. I started a sentence and I totally forgot where I was going with it. Oh yeah. Not like knowing necessarily where you were going to go in life, and just like, you're like, you know, I started out in video game design because I like playing video games. I've come to realize about myself, I'm not really actually a gamer. Like, in my eyes, a gamer is somebody that plays like a lot of games, or mainly first-person shooters. I hate first-person shooters. Those games I'll like never buy, because I don't like first-person shooters. They're not enjoyable at all for me. They just kind of suck. Not gonna lie. But that's not like a game design. They suck. That's just me personally don't like first-person shooters. Okay, we're good. I forgot about that guy being right there. Yeah, shooters players think they're the only games. Yeah. Nope, you're totally right. It's like, it's a very different style of gameplay and a very different community as well. So yeah, that's something. It's just, the problem with the mushroom stems is I don't have like a lot of space. It's like, I don't actually like putting it randomly in the middle there. There is a little bit of uniformity to it. Like, notice how these are always next to a window, or they're right next to an AC unit, or they'll be right next to a fan. Like, we don't really have, like, We don't, like, we have these random ones. We have this, which is sort of random, but I didn't like that. It was kind of meant to make it look like there's a line there, but not a huge fan of that. So, like, for this one, like this right here, I'm not a huge fan of that, but we're going to leave it there. I think that's good, though. I think I want to put one up there, and that'll be the last of the mushroom stem, and I think that'll be it for this wall. And then we have 2 more walls to do, but at least we have the 2 more important walls done, so that's nice. We're gonna go ahead and put this, let's put this like right here. Oh hey, look, it's my breeder. How many villagers do I have in here? Cause yeah, I have a few, like 2. I was gonna say I have a few, but no, I have 2. Anyways, I don't think I ever finished my thought. What I was saying is, like, you go, you know, I started with video game design because I like playing video games. And first class, which is a 100 level class, which is just an introductory course to information technology and information systems. Hated the class. Boring, very boring, and it told me I don't like working with computers. I don't like hardware at all. Granted, video game design is all non-hardware, but like, it just, I knew that was not right for me. That was not the right class. What's like right major whatsoever. That was not for me. I could tell that instantly. Alright, I lied. I need that other shulker box, because now that's cluttering up my scaffolding shulker box. Get us out of here. So you're going to throw those up there, you're going to throw those over there, we're going to throw these in this corner, we're going to throw the blast furnaces in the middle, and these guys on the edge here. Look at that. Beautiful. Cool. So, that being said, I switched majors. Now I'm a film major. Yeah, look at that. I'm now a film major. And started directing, started being in this film program where you get hands-on experience with film equipment straight out the gate. Like, I mean, $50,000 cameras. First time I've ever touched a camera that big before. You know what I mean? Like, crazy stuff like that. Like, that's this program. They just shove you right into it right in the beginning. Very good film program as well. I didn't realize how good it is. And now being in it, you realize how good it is. Like, Liberty's film school is almost better than some schools that are specifically dedicated to film because of things like, we let you use the equipment on day 1. You know what I mean? We're training you how to use RED cameras and RE lights and all of this equipment you will see in the film industry. Like, if you were to get hired on a film set right now, you're going to be using the same equipment. And they keep it up to date. You know what I mean? Like, millions of dollars into this. And like other film schools, I might put my bed down. Other film schools would never do that. You know what I mean? Like, they would never. They'd teach you for 4 years, and it's not until you get to your master's that you'd even be able to touch the equipment. So like, after directing my own cycle film, my own little short film and stuff, that's when I was like, yeah, this is where God wants me. Like, very clearly, this is definitely the field meant for me. I think I'm going to get rid of the stone here. I don't think I like it. And we had a little bit of terraforming. By the way, Denal, if you're ever curious, the reason I was asking for that world download is because it was this spot that I was going to decorate, and I ended up doing it without it. I didn't end up needing it. Because I was just kind of messing around and just kind of put blocks here. I'm not too happy with this, but I'm thinking, once trees go on here, if they ever do, this will look kind of nice. But, yeah. Alright. Now we just have to do it again. Now we just have to do it again. But, yeah. So, let's go ahead and place all the scaffolding down. Let's do this side next. Just because if I decide I don't want to be doing this anymore, I'd rather stop at that side, because that one you're not going to be seeing that often. kind of want to be one block off, like right here. Just go all the way up, as tall as we can. Yeah, it's always fun when you get that, when you just get that feeling like, yep, this is where God wants me, this is where I need to be. You know, now all of the worry that would ever come with not knowing goes out the window, because you're like, yep, I don't know how God's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, do I enjoy this because he wants me to do content creation, maybe short films and that, or does he want me, you know, is he going to give me an opportunity to direct my own film? I'm writing an film adaptation right now. Like, is something going to come of that now? I don't know. I was really excited about it because it was coming out really well already. And then I got news from one of my classmates that apparently Netflix is actually working on a TV show already. Though I haven't seen anything, and I did my own research, which is one Google search, and I didn't really see that much information on it. I didn't even get the Google AI, search thing. Didn't even pop up with something. So it must not be at least that well known right now. So who knows? But it wouldn't be crazy to assume that that would happen because the 9th book, which is the final book of the series, came out a year ago. So it would kind of make sense. And Netflix does their shows, like they do the whole show and then they release it. So it's very possible that they have been working on it for a year, which gives me hope. Because, you know, I've always wanted the visual representation of this series. Right? I've always wanted that. This is a little low, don't you think? Yeah. So, like, I'm excited in that regard for it. What the... That was weird. What the heck? There. How did that happen? It's called Amulet. It is a kind of like a young teenager, like middle school book, graphic novel series, but I still love it. And like even still, I read it this Christmas break, and even still after that, it was still entertaining and still enjoyable to read. And it did good. So like, very good series, very good series. Some YA material is pretty good. What is YA? I'm not too familiar with that. I don't know if that's also misspelling possible. The funny thing is, being in a film adaptation program. Oh, young adult. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes sense. That makes the most sense. It's funny because I quote that a lot. Actually, can I just reach it? I mean, I kind of can, but it'd be better if I was like this. This might be a little too short. I don't know. I'm just placing scaffolding, okay? I'm going to be real with you guys. I didn't want to grime today. I wanted to live stream, but I didn't want to grime today. It's something that I need to work on, so I'm just forcing myself to do it. And forcing live streaming to force me to be productive. But, yeah. I want to play Elden Ring, that's what I want to do, but I haven't bought it yet, because it's expensive. And I don't know if I'll even like it, so that's also the scary thing. I might hate it, and now I bought a $60 game, and I hate it. Because, like, over Christmas break, I bought 2 games. I bought Pow World and Enshrouded. I bought Pow World because one of my friends really likes that game, and we've been playing together. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't actually enjoy it that much. I own it mostly. Oh, it is on the scaffolding layer. Ooh, who did that? Why would I do that? Well, actually, no. Maybe if I do that, it's not so bad. I'm just being crazy. That's all. Anyways, so I got Pow World. Not the greatest fan of like the actual game itself. And it's possibly, I'm noticing with both of the games, my biggest issue that I have with these games is the amount of times I'm sat there and I have no idea what I need to do or where I really need to go, and I don't have a true grasp. Like Minecraft, I know everything about this game. Okay, maybe not everything, but I know a good, decent chunk of mechanics and stuff like that. And every once in a while, I don't know a mechanic, or I assume a mechanic exists and it doesn't, or, I don't understand why something works. But it's typically only one thing. Oh, this one's also... So because of that, let's skip that one and do one on the edge. So because of that, it's kind of difficult to enjoy the game. Now, Enshrouded is interesting because that is the way I like to say it is actually it's Minecraft meets Elden Ring. Is basically the vibe of Enshrouded, because you can build in the game, and you can so you can build in the game, and you also fight enemies kind of like a Souls-like game, right? Let's actually only have one. It's gonna be weird. We're gonna only have one in there. Wow. And then next ones are gonna go. I can't believe you've done this. We're gonna line up with this, or either one. Oh no, I need you to be one block lower. One block lower, please. Let's just leave it at that, and then we'll have one more right here. Can't believe we've done this. Let's do it this way. We'll do that. We'll leave it at that. Okay. Let's do it like this. So, I don't really enjoy it, Enshrouded very much, because I don't really know what I'm doing at any point in that game. And there's so many quests that I have active right now because basically, the game sets it up so you are this special Flameborn, right? Whatever that means in their lore. You're a Flameborn and some dude had this elixir, and he's like, dudes, this elixir, it's like super great and everything. You guys will love it. Turns out it wasn't, and then it created the Shroud, hence the name Enshrouded. So that's like its core mechanic, is there's these pockets that are in Shroud, and you can't stay in the Shroud for very long, so you do have to leave it. Which I think is actually really cool, but you have a timer, and you have these flame altars, right? And with the flame altars, that's where you extend your time, but you have to go through and upgrade it, and you can only upgrade it with specific resources, and you have to have a certain amount of them. The resource collection in the game kind of sucks. It really does. It just kind of sucks. Unfortunately, because the resources aren't easy to get at all, which is really unfortunate. Like, it's just so grindy to get any resource, and like you can build in the game in your little flame altar area and do all of these cool things. Like, you can do all that. The problem that I have is like it's just so annoying to get resources that it's like it's not worth building in the game, because it just takes forever to get these resources. And so, like, I don't really want to take the time and effort to build if it's going to take me, a hot minute just to get enough of this one resource, like just even stone, just to get enough of the resource to make what I want to make is going to take so long and take so much time that it's just like, it's not that worth it. And like building, and like, one of the resources that you need a lot of is like metal scraps that you find by either killing enemies or like finding it. The annoying thing is because of how like semi-rare and difficult it is to get, especially for somebody who's not good at fighting, and so I tend to avoid it. When you don't fight the enemies that drop it, you don't get a lot of it. And there's not necessarily, you can't build farms, is the other thing. You have to collect everything, and there's no way. And so you get these other these NPCs, you find them and collect them, and you put them in your base, that all have special things. So you have like an alchemist, a blacksmith. They don't actually do anything in your city, and I kind of wish they would. They give you quests, and then they teach you what to do, but not super well. And so like, I don't really enjoy looking things up in a game. I don't want to have to go outside of the game to learn how to play the game, because the game doesn't explain itself to me. So that's really my problem, is the game itself isn't explaining how to play the game. And so I'm stuck here, like, how do I do this? How do I get this? I have this little excerpt that tells me what to do, and that's all that I get. And I don't really like that, because now I'm just stuck like, well, what do I do? You know? And so like, but there's something about the game that keeps me coming back every time. And so I played it quite a bit. I've played like 14, 15 hours of it already, because I keep coming back to it. And I don't really know why, because I don't enjoy it a lot. But there's something about that game that keeps me coming back. So like, that's good game design on their part. Like, it did something well. I keep wanting more. I do still have on niche. But it's like, there's also something about it that's mildly frustrating, not to an enjoyable degree, where I'm like, this is like Elden Ring. I think the reason why I want it is because even though it looks like it's frustrating to play, because of course the bosses are ridiculously difficult to fight and all that, which is kind of the draw, if anything. The thing is, that level of frustration is somewhat the fun, which is crazy to say, but I do feel, oh, frick. I mean, I know that's coming every time. I know it is. So we're gonna do this again. And then I need to get on top of it. I didn't break it, did I? I don't think so. Hold on, let me check one that's not broken. What is it? What is in here? Okay, it is that. That does do that. Though I think it may be broken, because if this fills up, this just breaks. I am talking about Elden Ring. I really want Elden Ring. If you notice in the top right corner, if I get 2 subs, I'm going to play Elden Ring. Yeah. That's currently the sub goal right now. I need to get into there, thank you. I need to get out of here, which might be slightly more difficult than I anticipated. How did you get up there? What the heck? How did you get in here? Get a freaking piece of sandstone, please. Take the piece of sandstone and get down. Brother. I'm not playing, bro. Get down there. Thank you. This is why I have the ceiling on this guy in the first place, so they don't escape. Either way. Anyways, what I was saying. So yeah. I don't like Souls games. Hard for the sakes of hard doesn't do anything for me. Right, and I'm typically the same way, but I have gotten onto a train of, I found this one guy on YouTube that plays Elden Ring, and his videos are very entertaining. He's not clean, though, so if you don't like clean stuff, probably don't watch him. But his videos are very entertaining, and he makes Elden Ring look very fun, and so I've watched other people play it as well. And yeah, it's hard. But, did I get everything done? I did not get this one, no. So, like, that's my gripes right now. I want Elden Ring, but it's expensive, so I don't want to spend $60 on a game that I don't know if I'll enjoy. But if I have something like a sub goal, and like people subscribe because they want to see Elden Ring, well then I might as well play it. But I might get it anyways because I do want to play it, regardless of the sub goal. I still want it. It's just I want to speed up the process and justify the purchase a little bit more. You know, that's what I'm really coming at right now. It's not about that. It's about the justification for the purchase. You know, which isn't really a good way to go about things. You know, but hey, man. I mean, there's like 2 hours refund on time on Steam. Yeah, there is that, so that's true. But the problem is it takes me a really long time before I can truly establish whether I like or not like something. Right? Like I have my first impression, and then I have my secondary impression. And a lot of times those are different things. Because like I'll watch a movie, and my first impression is, man, that movie was great. And then I think about it some more, and I'm like, actually, it had this issue, and this was a problem with it, and it didn't explain this well. And I go through and kind of find everything about it that wasn't good. Or the vice versa. I'll watch a movie and I'll say, man, that movie kind of sucked. And then I'll think about it and be like, actually, it did this, this, and this really well. And this was actually, and never mind. And then I've done that to songs before. I've had certain songs that I've listened to. I'm trying to think of one that actually, one of them was Binks's Brew from One Piece. I watched or listened to one of my artist creators, Colin McGuinness. Highly recommend, by the way. Very, very good music. He has a really good voice as well. His original stuff isn't as good. I like his covers better. Anyways, I watched a video of him doing Binks's Brew. The first time I heard it, didn't like it, but then it got stuck in my head, so then I listened to it again, and then again, and again. And next thing you know, it's now on my playlist, and I really like that song, and I know some of the lyrics to it. I started out disliking it, and now I really like the song. So, that's just kind of, you know, I have had that before. So, like, Elden Ring could be something similar. Maybe I start out enjoying it, and then the more I play it, like, Enshrouded I did enjoy at the start. It was kind of fun, but also it was new. So yeah, so like that's kind of the thing. So like either that, or maybe I'll start off disliking Elden Ring, and then end up really liking it. But like the main point that I'm trying to make here is there's a possibility I will dislike it to start, and then like it later on. Or maybe like it'll be like Enshrouded, where there's just something about it that keeps me coming back. Because it does feel, whoa, I really flew over there. It does feel like one of those games where like, yeah, you're probably going to play it over and over and over again because there is something that's driving that internal desire to defeat this boss. You know what I mean? There's just that desire for that outcome. So like I could possibly really enjoy it. I could also very likely hate the game so much and it causes me to rage, oh crap, done. Then again, that's very good for content, so it's not like the end of the world, you know what I mean? Alright, buddy, don't escape. Don't escape. So like there's all these thoughts in my head that are like, I could enjoy it, I probably will hate it, but like, then there's like the very low, very slim chance. What if I'm actually good? Like, what if I'm actually good at the game? Very unlikely, because I'm very bad at fighting games. Enshrouded, as an example, that's not even necessarily a hard, or even considered a Souls-like. But yet I get really frustrated dying because of how quickly I die, and how bad I am at fighting, because my fighting style is, I'm a tank build, so I sit there, but I really like dexterity weapons, so that's going to be my build in Elden Ring, is a dexterity tank, speed tank. So high health, very fast weapons, so I can just spam damage, and I think I want to do a bleed build as well. That's my goal. I've done a little bit of research into, like, weaponries and stuff and how to get it. I don't know everything. Okay, I'm gonna die if I do that. I just want to keep the scaffold. Can I eat, please? But that's my goal. So I at least, like, one thing I heard with, like, people that were saying about Elden Ring is, like, you gotta know what your build is gonna be. Because not knowing that, obviously will make you kind of like a headless chicken. Because, like, I don't know how overpowered I can actually become. But then again, I've seen very overpowered things. So, like, I think it is possible for me to get, like, a one-punch. And I've seen people do challenges that are, like, a one-punch kind of challenge. So, like, it is possible for those kind of things to exist. But, you know, that's just kind of the thing. So I want it. But I want to justify the purchase a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot to it. The problem is, I still don't know what to do with these open spaces. At all. So I'm still thinking about, like, exactly how I can make these more interesting, more visually interesting, but also, because everything else is so visually interesting, and it is brutalist, I don't think it, like, bothers me that much for it to be blank. But, you know, like, this is good texturing, because, like, you know, it's texture, but not crazy. Oh, I didn't even put a door here. Well, I was supposed to build an interior to this, and I never did. Because I couldn't think of one. Also, boat. Fun story about this boat. So, I was doing stream. I ended stream. I'm going to take a break from this, but I'm going to leave these boxes here. Because that'll force me to come back. Fun story. So, I ended stream. And you know where I start stream? Outside my little shack in that little area over there. Right? So I left my character sitting in that as the ending screen. I go off Minecraft to find somebody to raid. The problem is, after I raid, I typically stick around for a little while, and then I move to, like, YouTube. I left the game open, and I was just sitting there. So when I reopened the game again, I had died to a zombie, because it's not well lit in my area, because I wanted to keep the aesthetic of the darker side of things, and mainly because I didn't get around to putting, like, glow light in. So I died, and I had no idea when I died. So I'm rushing to get back to that seat to see if I lost all of my stuff or not, because I just got all my netherite, and I believe that day I literally got the silence upgrade trims and got swift sneak and all of that. Like, I got everything upgraded. I had everything, and I had all of this on me, and I had died. And I was like, well, I also had 90 levels. And so I rode back. I'm panicking because I don't have a nether portal at this time, because it was before this building. And so I'm like, I'm rowing back. I'm running through the forest. It's about to be nighttime again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Luckily, God was watching out for me. So as you can see, I got all my stuff back. And I even got the 92 levels. But yeah, I got everything. So, that could have been really bad. And it wasn't. So we're good. Alright, I need to get myself something to drink. I'm thirsty, so I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Slow open. Okay, here's my issue right now. I don't want to end stream, but I don't know what to do on stream, because I really don't want to do the grime anymore. It's not that entertaining for me personally. Honestly, you want to know the crazy tasks that I actually want to do right now? There's just this little thing in the back of my brain right now that, you know what it wants to do? Okay, so this thing does not work. What? Okay, slight distraction. What is the distance that they can see those? Like, I don't know their pathfinding very well, so I assumed, that's from me earlier, that they would see these guys and then go up to it, but I don't know, is it too far, or like, the whole point is I'm trying to keep them out of there. But I mean, maybe I put 2 more of these over here as well. Oh, look, there's another guy. But, like, see, like, how come he's not, like, I figured when they spawn there, they would see that directly, but obviously not. So I'm wondering... Whoops. Swift sneak kind of hurt me there, because I didn't want to go that far forward. So I'm going to try... Because I know this has happened before. Do that. Because these are, you know, they'll see those as walkable blocks. So if I break these, I don't know if they can do this. Hey, you want to be my test subject? Come on, brother. Don't you see them eggs? Doesn't that make you want an omelet? Yeah, these guys pathfinding does not pathfind. Does not see it at all. Because it's just too high. Even up there, like, it's just does not see anyone back in the portal. I don't know. I'm just going to do this for right now so I don't lose the eggs, but I'm just going to put these away. Actually, I'm going to just put it back the way it was. Ironically, the one time it worked was when a piglet was not paying attention and just walked into it. What the heck? Okay. The only issue with having a giant portal, pigment. Okay, what I want to do that's crazy. I just want to mine obsidian right now. That's what I want to do. Hey, look at that. Who built this? There's so much with this, but we gotta do this treatment to this. Jordan, I don't know if you're still here, but this is what I have right now for this. There's gonna be a railing around here. So if you... I did not collect any dragon meth. I probably should have, but I didn't know if anybody would want it. But it should be pretty easy to collect dragon's breath. Like, okay, if you respawn the dragon, all of these obsidian pillars will come back down here, right? So that's like the big issue, right? The dragon, yes, can break the blackstone, but it's not going to get any taller than this, other than the rings around this, but the dragon doesn't fly out there very often. I built a design like this before, and the dragon never broke it, but the obsidian pillars will reset every single time, which is a problem. Which will destroy, obviously, this every single time they reset, and not to mention if the design doesn't have them. So, like, I could redesign this and have, like, small circles around each of the pillars. You know what I mean? Like, it has this shape to it, but then each of these have their own little circular, like, side vent, basically. So that way you can get around. Or I just move this circle either backwards, so that way it's around the obsidian pillars with them on the inside, or I think inside would be cooler. Move the pathway in, so that way it's all on the inside. What do you think would be better? Because obviously, Val's also wanted to kill it, though he wanted it for dragon heads. After killing the dragon 17 times, it did not drop dragon heads. It drops elytras and dragon eggs. So yeah. But all gateways are open. Actually, y'all want to hear another fun story that relates to this? So you know how I mentioned, right, that sorry, I'm not sure what the question is. Oh, the question was, because the obsidian pillars will regenerate every single time the dragon is respawned, aka destroying the path every single time, rather than tearing them all down just for them to be respawned, if anyone needs to kill the dragon again or needs dragon breath, etc. Especially since it drops elytra, like Val may want to kill it just for easy elytras for shopping purposes, so I doubt people are going to be buying too many because there's only so many of us and we're not dying that frequently. The question is, this is currently a circle. Should the circle go on the inside over here and wrap around these pillars, or should it be on the outside and wrap around the pillars? I'm kind of leaning more towards the inside. I think that would be a little bit cooler. And then Jordan, if you're still around, I don't know if he went to his World Eater or not. But this is currently the space, like, this is what I've got right now. Yes, so I'm going to build a secondary ring. If we look down again, a secondary ring that's going to go around all the end gateways. And so it's going to be half a block here. And then I may get rid of the bedrock on the top so you can just walk right into the gateway itself. And do that. And so it's going to go around. I'm going to remove, and then the big goal, remove the end, so this is now floating, and have a layer of black glass on the void floor. So, you know, where the obsidian pillars go all the way down there, have black glass at the bottom. So if anyone does end up falling off or wants to fight the dragon and they're looking for the drops, it doesn't actually drop anything. Then I would go inside and you have a ring inside and outside. Okay, I agree. I like the inside. So I'm going to have to readjust this so that way it's on the inside instead. So, yeah. Looks like out of all of these, this is the biggest one here. So I'm probably going to want to, if we do this, this is how I got the circle in the first place. Oops, I have to do this. Circle cylinder, add shape, enabled on configure, radius, let's go ahead and just make it the radius that it was before, 42, and then we can go here, and then we can do configure. This is very convenient about this. I could set here and it'll actually set it there, and then we can also configure full block, and that's exactly where I need to be. Okay, so we want it to miss this. So we need to move it there. Yes, that does not touch it. This is the one issue that I have with the circle generator. It does this for some reason. I don't know why. But I basically just buff that side. So in order to avoid that, this is the outer portion of the ring. Maybe I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna make a diagonal, circular diagonal that goes up. Because originally, I guess we could do one there and there, but we can't do one here because this pillar and that pillar are in the way. And either way, this comes up here. So regardless, this pillar is still gonna be in the way. But what I may do is either A, dig it every time, because it's the small pillar. It's a little tall, but it's a small width-wise. So I could just remove it every time, which is a lot of work, but that is an option. Let me grab my endstone. Because I will say right now, you can't even walk around it. Because the idea is you go in, and then if you need to go out, you have to go around the circle and walk over. If you notice, I really like making people walk. Immersion, guys. Stuck on blocks. So we're gonna go, bro, let's just go ahead and make that fix. I'm not gonna lie, after the end project, I don't really know what to work on next. I don't particularly have any farms or anything like that I need. Like, I have everything that I need specifically for my base, farms-wise. Like, all I needed was the moss farm. And in terms of building, like, I don't need a building for anything. I wanted to come wire a minigame. Honestly, I might. Either that or the brain, working more on the brain. Because, like, I ended up getting to a point where, like, I got more of it working. And the weird thing is, or not the weird thing, but the thing was, right, I got it more working. Look at this, 17 dragon eggs. So let's go ahead and do that. Wow, I'm surprised that actually got it there. Alright, we're just gonna worry about this first. Make the outside layer, and then we'll make the inside layer afterwards. And at that point, we can start tearing out what we've already got and reusing that. Which we could probably do that now. I didn't need to do this. Hey, you wanna walk towards those? That'd be great. Thanks, bro. Appreciate. Oh, he might have been doing it. Anyways, back to the brain. The issue with it, right, that I started getting into is I was, like, doing this fancy, like, sorting system that would take one block out and it would sort it, and I designed a sorter and all of that, which is all really cool and everything like that. The problem is that at that point, I was like, well, why am I, and the issue was it wasn't tileable at all. So if I, actually, if anything, I would just leave this open, because I'd probably do this. 5 here, and 1, 2, 3, excuse me, sir, can you please scooch out the way? Sir, I'm gonna need, sir, can you please, okay, sir. Freaking tall people, am I right? They have no right to be tall. Anyways, so this is 5, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So both of these are 6. If anything, I do this. But for right now, we're not going to worry about it. Right now, we're not going to worry about it. I should have brought another block with me, but that's fine. But now we don't have any obsidian pillars, so now it's not as confusing, because we, whatever is teal, we know that that's there. So with the brain, why not just use the Impulse SV sorter to actually do the sorting? I was designing the sorter, to take out the one item and all of that, and I didn't really need to, because the whole point, the big selling point of the brain that made it as interesting as I would hope that it would be, was the fact that you'd be able to throw in a bunch of shulker boxes, and the thing would either find a slot for it or store it with like items. That was the whole point. So that means that it would be able to identify and know whether or not a thing was full or not, right? And that was the big selling point. Hence, I had the whole system that would remove the filter shulker box and replace the filter shulker box by making it the new filter shulker box to kind of identify all of that kind of stuff. Like, that was the big selling point, if you will. But unfortunately, it was very bulky. It did not work super well. It couldn't handle multiple shulker boxes. There were a lot of problems with it. A lot of problems. So that made it challenging to kind of deal with, because I then needed to figure out all of these problems and how to fix them, and that was definitely more challenging. I still am trying to think of, like, if there's a way to do that, and and then immediately I start trying, can I do a one line? And it's like, oh my gosh, because I figured out a way to make the item removal, like removing one item. That part I've realized how to do one wide, so that's kind of cool. Like, I've got that down. And actually, the problem is it's not tileable. That was the big issue. Like, I could maybe bump it down to being 3 blocks for that, but that means getting the rest of it to fit in that footprint, which is difficult. So that's kind of like a challenge at the moment. It's gonna get mined later anyways. So yeah. Oh, anyways, fun story. I don't think I sold this story, but I was going to. So, this design, one of the reasons I'm building it is because I've actually tried building it before on a server that I was on before. You can actually see the server on my channel already, because I used to be on it. I no longer am. This was when I was very young. I'm gonna preface that. I was super young. Okay, I had met these guys, when I was, what, like 14? When I got onto the server, because it was just when, yeah, because I would have been PC gaming by then and making content, which I started making content around 14 years old or something like that. 14, 15? Crazy times, I know. Either way, I was on this server, and we ended up calling it Woven Galaxy, right? Which was my name. So that was fun. So the name of the server was Woven Galaxy SMP, right? It's going well so far. A lot of new members are getting added in all of that. Sir, can you not do that? Sir, brother, this guy is trying to ruin my day. Excuse me? Anyways, so people were coming and going all of this, right? And various different people. And of course, the server wasn't Christian either. They were just people that the main guy, which I won't name, but Johnny, we'll call him. He, so he's been, you know, he's inviting, he's kind of the server host, but him, me, and another friend, what should I, Jimmy. Johnny, no, let's not do 2 J's, it's gonna be hard to keep track of. So we have Johnny, who's the essentially the villain of the story. He really is. And then we have our other friend, who we will call Michael. He was the good one. So Michael, Johnny, and I, we were just really good friends, and so we kind of made a server together, and that's what started it, which is way back when on my server, on my channel, sorry. Right, so we did that together, it was very fun, and then we decided to start Woven Galaxy with more members and all of that, and that's what we did. And so, once again, I'm still super young at this point. Actually, I'm maybe a little bit older, but still, like, not as old as I am now. So, we have the server, and I'm just gonna do my own thing. None of us. I don't know what that's in response to, but... Oh. None of us were. I still don't know what that's in response to. As old as we are now. Oh, yes. Yes. I see. So, one of the new members that got joined lived pretty close by to me, right? And he made mention that there was an end portal very close to where I was. And he just mentioned that it was there. And me being young and not as courteous, I kind of, and this is probably why I'm as courteous as I am now, is I just went ahead and made a little portal room design and all of that to that portal because it was close to my base. And the other guy didn't like that, got a little mad. But the problem, here's where things got really bad. This is an issue. In this situation, no one's truly like a good guy. Like, I did things very wrong, and I should have been dealt with, but I was not dealt with in a good way. Because Mr. Man, which is going to be his name, Mr. Man got pretty mad at me for doing that because he had plans for that, but he didn't tell that to me. And it was my fault for not asking if he had plans before I did something. So, like, no one's in the right, really. But he never went to me to talk to me about it and try to resolve it. He went straight to Johnny and said, Johnny, or I'm assuming he did. And, right, so my record, basically, started piling up against me without me really ever knowing it, because no one ever told me that anything was going on or that anyone had a problem with me or anything like that. And once again, the reason I'm young is because I did a lot of things like that. It was just I would do things without asking because I wouldn't think they're a problem. And of course, when you grow up watching Hermitcraft, you don't see any of the behind the scenes of them asking. You just see them doing stuff. and they do it for the content. And like now I know as I'm older, they ask. They make sure everything's in the clear before they actually make a move. And so all of that, I decide how it happened was I started making an end design, right? I started with, there was no easy way to get from the obsidian platform, because ours was floating in the void. There's no easy way to get to the main end island. So I made a staircase, and I decided to use blackstone for it. I made a staircase. And then I was like, well, what if I made some rings around and did what the design you see here now? So I started building that. And basically I had built this, and then I built the other ring. So I did all of this work in the end, but I hadn't asked if it was okay first. I just started doing it because I kind of kept doing and building, and I just didn't stop building. All of that, there was one member in particular that was a lot older who had bad eyesight. And because I decided to use blackstone, it was not particularly easy to see in the end, which I understand that. But in this case, it's a little bit intentional because I want it to feel like you're walking on the void. Either way, I decided to use blackstone. So she was like, and it's, as you can see, I personally, this is not that hard. Like, you can very easily tell that that's something compared to that. Like, you could tell something's there. And now with the end flashes, like, now it's super bright. It's almost like I have my gamma turned all the way on, you know? So, like, but back then, they didn't want end flashes. Either way. So enough complaining about me happened. Enough rough things happened, right? That eventually led to me getting banned from the server. And then Johnny, who I thought was a good friend of mine, had banned me from his Twitch streams as well. And basically completely disassociated with me. Even though me, him, and Michael were really good friends. Michael was on and off on the server because he kept getting kicked out, and I kept trying to get him back because I was good friends with him. And I didn't know anyone else other than Johnny on the server. And I'm not very good at making friends with new people because I'm very introverted and not a very good talker and communicator. Or correction, not a good talker. I'm typically a pretty good communicator, but a lot of those skills I learned during high school. And so yeah, I ended up getting banned from Woven Galaxy because no one talked to me about the problems I was causing. Because no one sat me down and said, here's how things should work. No one gave me that lecture. And so I just kept doing things, and it kept getting me in trouble. But no one said anything. So that's why it's like, no one's in a good spot. I should have definitely talked about things before I did things. But other people should have definitely talked to me as well to notify me that there were issues rather than just doing it all behind my back. And then I got punished when I didn't even realize I had a record. You know what I mean? I basically got to the courtroom, and they're like, well, your record states. And I'm like, I have a record? Because no one said anything. And then the person who I thought was my friend betrayed me by literally disassociating himself with me. And, like, he wasn't the greatest guy either, because he definitely wanted the fame really badly. Some of the things he would do for that, or, I mean, what it looked like. I can't guarantee that this was definitely what was going on, but it certainly felt that way. Is anytime anyone would go live, he would go live soon after, like maybe 10 to 15, 30 minutes after they gone live, he would always go live. And he would love to make a point that you would have to raid other server members if they're live. Conveniently, he was always live. And I've seen him, like, use other people's gimmicks for stuff. Now, I don't know if he necessarily got them from that person. But I feel like I remember once mentioning that I really liked this one content creator, and they did this one gimmick, and then soon after, he started doing that gimmick. So there's a chance he saw that happen and then started doing it himself because of that. So yeah. Yeah. So that's the story behind this build in specific, which is why in my video I jokingly mentioned that the last time I built it, it got me banned. So let's hope that doesn't happen for Fellowcraft, fingers crossed. But this time I took the necessary precautions in asking, is it okay if I do an end build? And for the most part, people said yes. Either that or they didn't say anything. And, you know, now it's like, okay, I'm adjusting the build because I'm realizing people are going to want to kill the dragon. So I'm adjusting the build to accommodate that desire. There still won't be an end by the end of this project. But as I said, there's going to be safety precautions like the black glass floor to ensure if anyone does fall off, they either won't die, probably not from that fall damage unless they're wearing nothing. And even if they do die, they won't lose their stuff in the void because of the black glass floor. The only issue is I didn't think of a way to get down, but I could also have a spare elytra somewhere in the end, or even put like a barrel in the end portal room that has elytras, so that way you can float back down and then grab your stuff. And assuming you would have rockets with you, because you only need to get down to get your stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the lore behind this build. So now I'm rebuilding this design, because I really liked it. I thought it was such a cool idea and concept, and it looked really cool in Woven Galaxy. I can't remember if I actually used Endstone in the Woven Galaxy design, though. I don't remember what I used. I honestly probably should have gone back and looked at it. I knew I used Blackstone, and I was like, I'm not going to use Blackstone for this one because of the sight issue with it being black on black. But also, it's not that invisible. None of us are in our 60s, so we don't really have to worry about that. I don't think anyone has particularly bad eyesight, and as I mentioned, I really don't think... part of me believes that the eyesight was never actually the problem. That was just the excuse. You know what I mean? Like, it was basically meant to just add another record. But that might just be me villainizing them. I don't know. Because obviously I got banned before I could really get answers, and then that guy, Johnny, just, like, friggin' disassociated with me. And, like, it put me in a very depressive state for, like, 2 weeks. And then I watched the Lord of the Rings scene, where Gandalf is kicking Saruman out of Theoden, and then I felt better, and I didn't care about it anymore, and I moved on. And now I'm building that same build, because it was freaking epic. Oh dear. So yeah, now you get lore. Yeah. And then, honestly, I kind of wish I would do more with Michael. You know? I'm not gonna lie. We haven't done stuff together in a hot minute. But he was a really fun guy to hang out with. But he was also 4 years older than me, so that kind of also was more difficult. And he, like, found his actual group of server people to hang out with. And then I got to college, and then I got really busy. And then he obviously got a job, so then he got busy, and he lives in Scotland, so there's also the time difference. So, far too difficult. But I mean, if you want, like, more lore, you can just go and watch the Woven Galaxy videos, because they're still on my channel. And you could probably figure out who's who. But yeah. Classic. Those are the times, bro. Those were the times. My old YouTube videos, dude. What a throwback. When I was like I tried to do, like, you know, intro music and like have a more proper intro, but it was still very like amateur. Those are the times. And like I'd love to do like an animation for my live streams. I mean, I made one before that I tried to use. I used it for a while, but it was just very janky and clunky because I'm not a very good animator. Mainly because I rush things. I get too impatient when it comes to like animating and like those kind of tasks. I'd rather just like get it done because I want the final product, but then the final product doesn't look like I want it to. And I mean, animating is just hard to begin with, so like there was also that. It's generally difficult to begin with. I don't know. But hey, you know, here we are. And now I have Fellowcraft, and I'm like, Fellowcraft is probably one of the best things that's happened to me. Just like generally like top 10 life moment. Appreciate that, Denali. I still remember that like first collab of us doing a Create collab together. Where you were teaching me how Create works. I still don't fully understand Create. It's such a cool mod, don't get me wrong. I love Create. But it's like, it's not my jam. I just don't, it does not, those cogs do not turn in my head the way they turn in the game. I love Mechanism. But yeah, Mechanism is my go-to mods. Mechanism, Refined Storage drawers. Man, I love those. I know, like, that was way back when. And then we had our Vault Hunters SMP. That was a fun time. The irony of Vault Hunters, another lore. I actually don't enjoy that mod that much, which is why I kind of stopped playing, because I didn't enjoy the game basically. I was like, hey, it's fun in the beginning for me, but then it starts getting more grindy, and that's definitely like Iscal's playstyle. He really likes like the hard games. Oops, I'm surprised that did not trigger the internet. I looked straight at him. He really likes grindy games. I don't. I like being able to make myself overpowered in games. And he didn't really give an option for that in Vault Hunters. So that's why I didn't play that very often. And we had Satisfactory. That one was just the minute, like that, Satisfactory is just a game you can play forever. I love Satisfactory. I have over 200 hours in Satisfactory. But I always get stuck at trains. Like every time I get to trains, and I think I know why. And it really is just like, I'm not as good at the game as I'd like to be. Or as knowledgeable, because the issue is I'm not producing resources in large enough quantities by the time I get to the part in the game where I need large quantities of items and resources, and so I end up not having enough resources and have to do a lot of waiting for the resources rather than having these giant factories. I have like more smaller factories, and those don't really work out. Like early game, yes, but then I don't set myself up well for that portion in every playthrough I've ever done. And then when we did the multiplayer one, the problem was if you didn't play for a singular day, you'd be so far behind because of how much progress you get done in Satisfactory. Satisfactory just keeps going. You just keep doing stuff. Not that that's a negative thing. That's actually a really good thing. It's like super addictive because you just keep building. But like unlike Minecraft, if people move past you, and that's what happened. Like I couldn't play for like 2 to 3 days. And then I got logged back on, and there was like so much infrastructure. We were 2 tiers away from where I had last left, and I'm like, man, I don't even know where I fit into the grand scheme of things now, because it's moved on so much. I don't even know what to do, and so that's why I just didn't end up playing on that one, because I'm like, I'm so far behind that I don't know what to do. And it, like, I guess you could do like each person builds their own factory kind of thing, but that's a kind of game that I'd prefer to do. Like, I think that's a good duo player game, you know, a 2-player, rather than a large server, because those 2 players can like work on individual things. So like that's kind of how I feel about it. But it's still a good game. I mean, it's also a really great single player game. It's just I play it poorly every time, and I get stuck in the same spot every time. And that's just me. I just don't play it well. Nothing against the game, it's me. I watched this one guy called What Darren Plays. Great YouTube channel. Irish guy. Where could you go wrong? And he has a Satisfactory playthrough, and it's like, just the way he just has everything thought out to like the nth degree on exactly what he's going to build, how big it's going to be, what it's going to produce, all the way down, so that way when he's getting to tier 8 stuff, he's already got the infrastructure in place to build this, you know, the stuff that he needs. And it's like, that's what I'm lacking in my playthroughs, is I don't have that infrastructure in place, so I'm just kind of like lost. Alright, we finally got that all done. Got that removed, very nice. Sorry, I haven't been reading all its messages. So the first one I haven't read is, so you have noticed that instead of grinding, I found other things to do. Basically, yeah. Yeah, you were doing all these crazy things in Vault Hunters. I was trying to get myself to that overpowered level, but it was too grindy, so I stopped. And my base was honestly a bad idea. I was trying to do a 1-chunk base in this tower, and that just was not a good idea. I should have done something more interesting that I could actually build with. Because I never could. And then, of course, the unlocking of mods. Like, that's a really cool idea, but it just takes forever to get there. And then you can't use mods. And, like, that's the whole point, is I wanted to use the mods. And then it's super expensive to actually make stuff. And, like, it was well designed in the terms of, like, it forces you to go back and forth in the vaults. Like, he did a good job of making you have to go into the vaults for stuff. but that's not my style of game. And then Satisfactory didn't work well because we couldn't save sync, which is kind of what I was saying as well. You know, you don't play for a few days, and you're kind of in a rough spot. Yeah, this is where things gotta get interesting, because we're just gonna do it like that for now, and we'll worry about other details. And then we'll worry about what the brother. Come on, man! Can't believe you done it, bro. Yeah, but like there are a lot of other games that are multiplayer. I don't know. Going back to like Pal World, like because I'm playing with my friend, I think one of the reasons I'm like not liking it as much, mainly on that like I don't know how to get stuff, is because of him. And there's a feature in the game which allows you to bring out pals. It's essentially Pokemon on steroids. So the pals are the Pokemons, to have that analogy. And so you collect them all, right? You do all that stuff, very typical Pokemon stuff, but you can make guns and stuff later on, and fight people and all this kind of stuff. Like, it really is Pokemon on steroids, and it's amazing. And the pals can work for you in the bases, but certain pals are stronger and better than others. One of the features is like this global pal box, which allows you to collect pals in one world and then have them in another world that you make. So you can basically start the game with super overpowered pals. The problem with that is that you don't go through the stages of getting the lower tier stuff and kind of progress the game in a way that teaches you stuff, because you now have over leveled stuff, which makes it exactly. So like, it's a bad idea for multiplayer, because you know, now I'm kind of in a position where like, okay, I've now gotten essentially like mid-game stuff, but I haven't learned how to get to the mid-game stuff. You know, I've done steps 1 and 2. Then my friend joined me, and now I'm doing steps 6, 7, 8, 9, but I haven't done steps 4, 5. And now I'm missing information from 4 and 5, and now I'm kind of lost. We're not really following the quests that it's giving me, and so I don't really know what to do with that, and that's kind of where I'm like stuck right now. Also, I just realized this is the outer layer, so there's going to be more removing, but that's fine. So now that we have the outer layer, right, because we need to make sure that it doesn't touch this. I'm just going to double check to make sure that that is in fact correct. I can't tell. Yeah, there's one block that's in there. So this is as much as I can go. So now I need to go 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we do that, we do 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this block is just weird. But that should be 5 blocks. Like if we go here, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this should be where the next layer is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this should probably be this, and this should be 4. Yeah, that typically just looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we just fill this in. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And we can go ahead and fill in the rest of it. But yeah, so like, I think most of my issue, I don't know what happened there. I really don't. For right now, I'm just gonna dig it into this, just to kind of have there. But this goes all the way up there, and then this can be removed, and that actually gets rid of that. So 1, 2, and that will get rid of that. So let's like mine this back like 2 blocks, just to give us the idea of where things need to be. That way, it's a little bit easier to map out this circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there we go. That's 5 blocks there. And then, of course, this is going to be removed. That's going to connect to that. Yeah. And then these two are going to vary drastically. No, maybe not. Probably just have to scooch everything in like 1 block. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. But yeah, That's like kind of my issue with Our World right now. So I don't know if it truly is like I don't enjoy the game, or is it just like the hand I was dealt, it was poor because I am now playing with these over-leveled stuff. Or at least he's playing with over-leveled stuff. I'm still getting earlier game stuff because I haven't gotten the heavy stuff. I haven't upgraded. But now I have like all these questions of like, well, how do I get this? How do I do this? You know what I mean? All of these questions. Because I never had the game explain it to me. But there's also like the game doesn't explain a whole lot to you. No, I don't think a game should spoon feed you the information of how to play a game. Like you should but all of the information you need to play the game should be obvious enough in the game itself that it kind of just teaches you what to do. Or you do like Minecraft where it's like do these things to start the game off, and then by the time you figure out the main controls, like the sky's the limit after that. There's no set way to play Minecraft, which kind of adds to Minecraft if I'm being honest. Like this guy. Well, I'm gonna be removing those blocks anyways, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like these blocks go away because they're a part of that. So like that's what I think, and that's what I think is like wrong with Enshrouded, is like I have so many questions on how to play different portions of the game, and I'm like, what do I need to do? How do I get these resources that I'm looking for? And I have to Google it because it's not obvious, or there isn't something in the game that explains it to me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not the smartest cookie over here, dude. You're gonna have to tell me. Because there's like a certain level of it, and like I think some games do a really good job of that. I don't like that. Why is that like that? I'm changing that. That can just be like that, and that works. That doesn't need to be the way that it is. It can be like this. It's better. Okay, we can enable that off. We don't need it anymore. We can remove those. What happened? We can remove this because it's gonna have to be rebuilt anyways, and then we have to redo the path. Cool beans. And we go ahead and fix this, and then we can connect everything up. Now, I'm still gonna have to figure out a way to connect this up. What I'm probably gonna do, which it's awkward that this is like the way that it is now, because this is gonna repair itself basically. But what I'm thinking is a circle around this, basically a small circle, and that just allows you to walk around it and get to this. Or, I mean, yeah, just like I feel like just having a circle going out here, and then this whole pathway is going to probably readjust. I mean, it's already 2 blocks. Like, I don't know how much smaller I can make this, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? Actually, I need this back on, because I need to figure out which blocks are not supposed to be in the middle of the circle, because that actually alters the way that I build it. This is the spot that this actually needs to be there, and I can remove those, because I don't like it when you do that. Don't look good. And then these. Now this one's not too hard. That actually doesn't need to be there. And now we can remove these blocks, and all of these blocks, except that block. Those can stay there. We can just remove that and leave it like that. That's fine. That's fine. That's honestly fine. We don't have to worry about that. These. Okay. So for that, let me make sure those circles all good, and I removed all that. That's supposed to be there. And that's supposed to be there, but these are not. That's what I need to get rid of. Okay. Now we can remove that. I will say I'm excited to remove the end island. I think that's going to be fun. I mean, kind of. I don't know. I can't remember if it's insta-mineable, if endstone is insta-mineable or not. So we're, you know, it either will or won't. but I do want to dig it all out by hand. One, because stats, big, stat number go up, kind of fun. But two, I don't know, I just like digging, and I kind of want to keep the resources, so we can do that. Yes, this is where things get complicated in terms of, like, the path, because it's not gonna, that goes there, and then this gets rid of everything. Because this connects up to the back. I rubber band him. What did we? Oh. I thought I got rid of them all. I'm sorry. I thought I already went this way. I guess not. Okay, now we should be good. Okay. And we just put these up. That should give us the information that we need to know to do this. Okay. Because of course, the next three chapter plays and thinking. Now we can reuse all of the stuff that we already have. We should now have plenty, because this circle is smaller than the other one that we had. I just went all the way around for that and fell. But yeah. You know what I'm torn about, actually? Since we've been talking about all these other games, here's what I'm torn about, right? I want to make an other games channel. I have actually technically already created it, but I just haven't uploaded anything to it because YouTube kind of stupid sometimes, okay? Here's the issue. Here's my problem that I'm encountering. Okay? The issue right now, the issue that I face is YouTube only, you have the verified phone numbers and all that kind of stuff. Well, YouTube conveniently only allows 2 channels to be able to be verified per year. You can verify 2 accounts per year with the 1 phone number. So basically, I already have 2 channels verified, and no, it's not the other games channel. It's actually the film channel that I have. Now, you can still upload videos on an unverified channel. They can't prevent you necessarily from that, but what they can prevent you from doing is using thumbnails. So sadly, I can't upload any thumbnails because it's unverified, even though all of the channels are made under the same Gmail. They're all made under the same Google account. I want to put another channel on the same account. I do. I have 5 other accounts on the same channel, but it still won't let me. Or unless I did that wrong, but it should be done correctly. It still needs to be verified. So only 2 of them are verified with this phone number, and I have to wait a year to verify the other ones. And because I had verified my film channel, that's why I can't do the game channel, because I've already verified the film channel. So, that's a bit of a problem. Servants of the King Productions, by the way, if you're interested. That's what I've been doing the last semester of my degree. And I plan to put personal projects up there as well. I had one in the works, but I had it on that drive that my sister now has to edit that one film that I made. Or directed, I should say. I didn't make, I made it with my group. But so yeah. I thought that with a single YouTube account, you would only need to verify once. You would think that, but YouTube, because here's what I'm guessing. If you make all of those accounts, each of those individual accounts can be subscribed to people and all that. They're trying to avoid bot accounts and spam accounts, because you can still do that with that. So, that's probably what it's about, is, essentially the few bad people ruined it for the good people. And now we don't get anything. we don't get nice things. Because they don't want to do that anymore. So, it just sucks for me, because now I can't do that. Because I would love to do that. But, sadly, it's not possible. So, the then question becomes, do I upload those other game videos on the main channel? I kind of already do live streams on other games here, and I was thinking of live streaming on my viewing account, because I already have the secondary account, and that account's verified as well. Because Twitch also allows you to do 2 accounts and verify it on the same phone number. Basically say both of these accounts are me, so don't get rid of them, basically. How did I do this on the other side? Do I have those, or do I? Yes, because I have this coming up. This going like that. Which in that case means that I have this going away. So that was the question. So like I could do it with Twitch, but at that point I don't know why necessarily I would do that. It doesn't matter. I feel like I could just keep, but that way I can, because I didn't mind live streaming on the same account, like live streaming the same Twitch every time. I don't mind that, honestly, because I feel like a streaming account is fine to do multiple things on, whereas a YouTube, the main issue is Minecraft is such a variety, is maybe the right word, variety kind of game. So it kind of has to be its own channel. You know what I mean? Whereas other games, like every other game, can be on a channel, but Minecraft typically always gets its own channel. Like you always have a Minecraft channel and then your other games channel. Like I feel like that's always the case. Unless Minecraft is not your main game, then you might do Minecraft content with other games. But that's because you only do like a couple things Minecraft related. You know, like PewDiePie did, or I know another streamer that does Super Smash Bros. Mainly, and he has like a Minecraft thing going on right now. Excuse me, sir. I need you to get out of here. He's gonna teleport soon. I don't know what you mean by rumble, but yeah. So that's like kind of the challenge right now. So I'm like, do I just put it on the main account for now, and then once I get the ability to do the other account, we then make a switch over? Because maybe people enjoy the other games more than they enjoy Minecraft, and we can semi-focus on that, or put more content of that out, and like focus on getting that content out. But I don't know. You know? I kind of screwed myself over with my current channel, and here's why. One of the tips I always get, Rumble, the platform instead of YouTube. Oh, I didn't even know there was another channel. I guess I could try that. I never thought about doing that before. But I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Oh wow, come on, completely went blank. Completely lost it. Oh well, I was saying something. But yeah, like putting those other games on the main channel and then making a side channel after that. I hate it when I do that. Let's grab this one as well. I totally forgot what I was going on. Oh, I hate that as well. I screwed my channel over because one of the things I always hear about channels is one of the things you don't want to do is tell people about it, because the issue is a lot of the people you're going to tell are like your family and all that. They won't watch your videos, and so the YouTube algorithm will try to push your video to their audience, which is not your audience, and therefore you won't get any views because people aren't going to watch it. And so it's better to tell no one about your channels, because then the YouTube algorithm can do its thing and actually find your audience for you. Otherwise, you kind of screw yourself over. And so I have a lot of in quotations. I have 192 subscribers or something like that. but most of them are people I know, so, like, they're not really watching the videos, but... So, yeah. So, like, when I'm... Like, that's why another reason why I want to do another games channel, because I want to be able to put those on there. Okay, so... Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this entire thing. That's fine. It's a block too tall right now, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this down. But that's fine. We pretty much have the space dug out already, so not too much of a bother. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. We're fixing this so that way it works better with the server's vibes that we're going for, which is nice. Shoot. Though one of the things with the black glass floor, I'm gonna need a lot of black dye for that. I could get the glass. I'm dedicating an entire floor in my villager trading hall to glass trading librarian villagers, specifically, for that reason. So let's remove everything here. Let's remove all these, and then we can go ahead and figure out what we want to do. And then I don't fully know what I want to do in here, unfortunately. And I know Jordan has his allay thing, which I'm pretty sure spawns a bunch of silverfish. So I kind of want to make this have an ability for that. But I also, not necessarily lazily, but more so that way it fits Jordan's contraption better. You know, be like, here's what it's looking like now. I don't know if he's listening right now, but like, here's what it looks like right now. And then he can come in and essentially, you know, with the railing, figure out a way to make this work with his thing. And so he can also have a silverfish killing area and do what he needs to do to this middle area, but also leave it open enough for other people to go through, make it look nice, so that way other people can get through, and, you know, all of that. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Yeah, let's say 22. Let's go to this block right here. 22. And it is 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks. So it's 5 by 22. We're gonna do 10 by 22 because it's half slabs. Actually, I think it's 8. So it's 22 divided by 8 is 2.75. So each one of these paths need to be roughly 3 blocks. So you have 1, 2, 3. And this will be here, and then this will be there at that level. So this needs to be, so then we need 6. 1, 2, 3. And this needs to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brother, I thought he was mad at me already. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not lining up properly. That goes over 3. That goes over 3. Okay. So let's do 22 divided by 9 is 2.4, and I'm assuming by 10 is 2.2. I knew that already. So let's do 2 instead. So let's leave this first one as 3, and then we'll do 2 for the rest. And then that way the ending and beginning will be longer, because that usually makes more sense. So these need to be 4 blocks long. Yeah. That looks pretty good. I think that'll work. Nice. Okay. I don't know why I did that. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I keep thinking they're mad at me because they keep like rushing towards this area, and then it turns out, nah, they're just being dinguses. So that's long. But this is already like a few. Because we could maybe push this forward a block. And have this be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. But also, I don't think that's much of a problem. And maybe this is actually, no, this is probably better. That way, whatever Jordan needs to do to the middle for his contraption, there's space on either side, which allows for that, you know? Like, it does, you know, people have a place to basically stand, and all of that, or, you know, an activating place, you know, you name it. Whatever needs to be done. Up to Jordan, whatever he needs for it. Yeah, because, like, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, Elden Ring is one of those games that I really want to play, and so that would be kind of fun to put on another games channel, is Elden Ring. Because I'd love to do just, like, your standard playthrough. Right. Especially since I'm not... I mean, I really haven't played it. I've never played a Souls-like before, so I actually have no idea if I'm good at it. Because the thing is Souls-like fighting, at least the bosses look vastly different from the fighting that I've experienced in Shrouded. And it looks more enjoyable despite the fact that it's supposed to be hard. And, like, sometimes I'm weird where, like, that is for some reason the exact style of fighting that I do like, and therefore I actually do a better time in that than I would otherwise, which sometimes doesn't make sense. So, like, there's that possibility. What if I'm, like, really good at Elden Ring specifically, and I end up becoming, like, a top player? Wouldn't that be absolutely insanity? It would be. It'd be, and it would also be, like, extremely rare. 1, 2. Because it's gonna go 2 blocks. Like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And go all the way here. Like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. 4. 4. So go do it. Like, the more Elden Ring I watch, the more likely I am to buy it and play it. I want to say I'll be live tomorrow, because I have the time to be live tomorrow. I'm working in the morning, and that's it. I'm working, well, not the morning, I'm working morning and night. I'm working 9 to 5. But, yeah. So, like, I have my normal 7 o'clock time slot available to me, which is always fun. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to play Minecraft. I kind of want to play Enshrouded on stream and maybe start like a stream world. Try like restart. I want a good reason to restart, because I feel like, you know, maybe I'm just doing it really wrong and like there's a better way to do it. I don't know. There we go. That's that fixed. Those are good. We need to, okay, now we need to change our focus to this path. So that way this goes here. Actually, yeah, I kind of like that better, that it's inside. And then we have the outer ring. And this will go to that outer ring. And we need to figure out the outer ring. Okay. Shit. What I need to do is figure out a circle. What I'm thinking is probably just one outside circle. So this is the middle. Bigger, set here. Don't need to be that big of a radius. We can do. Yeah, we need a little bit smaller than that. Like maybe a 5-block radius. Because we need enough space to walk around. So maybe a 6-block radius. And then we would do 3 blocks extra on there. I think that. Because then I could do like 7 blocks, and at that point it's connecting to this. And at that point I just say, like, have it be this big and just have this connected tightly. And just fill it in. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let me use these so that way it's a little bit more obvious. Oh, I ran out. No, I didn't. You thought I ran out, but in reality I had more. Oh, this is actually this part, so we want to do 3 blocks on this and 2 blocks there. Yeah. So 3 blocks and then 2 blocks. We'll be removing that anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But that way this goes around this, and maybe we do the same thing for the ring back there, or maybe we just have the 2 paths and we don't have the other one there, just because that might work a little better. I don't know, man. I don't know. Alright, let's build this out and remove everything on the inside. Remove everything that's here right now. Oh. Nope. I am pressing the right button. I need to press that button. That's why I'm. Well. See, I argue that guy walked into my line of sight. Anyways, actually, he walked into my pickaxe more accurately. That was his issue. He walked straight into my pickaxe. That's his fault, not mine. Oh. Hi, buddy. Okay. We should just be moving those blocks, right? Because other than that, other than these, everything else is there that needs to be there. Needs to be there. Okay. Wow, that guy really wanted to play with fire there. Holy. Alright, bro, let's calm down. So, the way this is going to work, this is actually not going to go, even though there's a gap missing, because I thought I was going to remove these, but Nanalit is going to need Dragon's Breath. So we are not, we're building around these, and that way Val can also kill the dragon and anybody else that needs to, because I've had 2 people now desire dragon fighting. Plus, he said he might want to do something with Elytra Wing, like a minigame that you would die in, but would need Elytras, so I don't know. You know what I mean? That guy might friggin' do something. So if he does, he's now gonna, he doesn't have to worry about destroying anything. The dragon flying into this is so unlikely that I really would not worry about it. Just honestly, like, the dragon breaking anything is gonna be so unlikely. Let's do this. This, I think, will look better. It was just like this. Which is funny, because it's actually now bigger. But now, we do this, we do this. So now it's just a matter of connecting these, which is going to be a little bit more challenging. So now, let me look down. So now that goes like that. So it goes around that. And I honestly don't hate that. Because I was thinking of doing this for all of them, but now, if these were all the same size, I would probably just do that and then have the circle go through mini circles. But because like this one would be so big that it would probably be going into these two circles. Just because of how big I would need to make it so you can easily walk around it. But like that goes like that, so it goes into that, goes around the pillar, goes to there, and we can maybe do another pillar around that. But if you notice, it's not aligned to the center of this at all, which is crazy that it's not centered. But nobody has OCD. But now we have to figure out how to get this over there. We might have to do one block. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 50 blocks from this point, from this block here. So it's 50 blocks from here. I'm gonna recount that. We're at Y level, so this is at Y level 63, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay, so I got 49 on that time. And we're at Y level 40. Let's go based off of 40 or 50 blocks. Just let's see. So 50 blocks divided by. Actually, let's do. So we were at 63 minus 49. So that's 14 blocks. If we do 50 divided by 14. But it's actually going to be 50 divided by 28. That's 1.7. So that's roughly 2 blocks per layer. And I know... Oh, I thought the first one of these were 3 blocks. No, it's 2 blocks the whole way. So we could either just make the... I feel like the start would be... Unfortunately, I feel like the start would be much better to be less blocks. So I might just start from the platform above. And see. And like just see where we go, where we end up. Which means we can remove this as we go. How about that? No, let's just remove it. Let's bite the bullet. Let's just remove the thing. It's gonna happen. It's gotta happen, so. So I might as well just get it done. Oh, so we gotta run over here. See, the one benefit of removing the end island is you won't get enderman spawns anymore. Because most of these are upside down half slabs, and there's gonna be lights probably along the wall. Anyways, so there's a good chance that we won't have to worry about enderman spawning at all on this, because like the end stone's gonna have a railing, and on that railing is gonna be lights, and so that'll illuminate the blocks necessary and prevent enderman from spawning. Now I can't prevent them from teleporting, but maybe we could prevent them from spawning, which would be really nice. I'm getting so much rubber banding. Connection's good, though. I think it might be on Denal's side. Yeah, because he's the server host, so... He's supposed to be ET. His connection is the only one that looks bad right now. But that's okay. But yeah, let's get this pathway up and running. Yeah, that sub goal might be there a while. Or it won't, and I'll be playing Elden Ring tomorrow. I don't know. As I mean, like, I do have the money to buy the game is the problem. It's just like, as I said, it's not about the money, it's about the justification for the game. Because it's the what if I hate it. Because I want to make a video on it. I want to basically make my first playthrough, here's how it went kind of video. But also slightly be somewhat knowledgeable and be like, I'm going to go do this, this, and this, and how I'm going to do that is by getting these items and this items, and I'm going to find it, and it should be located over here. And I don't know, but these are the kind of things. But we're also going to try to do like full playthrough kind of thing. I was watching a Jacksepticeye video for a little while, which was his full playthrough of Elden Ring, and then I realized that if I watch somebody else play it, it's going to kind of spoil the entire experience for me. So I was kind of like, maybe I don't want to watch somebody else do the full playthrough. Like, I've watched people play it, but it wasn't a full playthrough. It was them doing their thing. So let's start from here, honestly, and do, if we did here, we want and then this we want here, and we want to do 2, so it'd be 4. As you can see, we're like a block above where we're supposed to be. Right, so then this is where we would have to figure out, okay, so I want this to be here, so now we're going to figure out how many levels of 2 can I go up in order to line up with that. So we do this. Oops, that's why it looks weird. I actually think we do that. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it right there. So that goes to, and then this goes 3, because this starts it, and then this is all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Except I have trapped myself. I don't know, maybe I just do it, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Y'all want to know what temptation looks like and how it works. Maybe I should just do it anyways, you know? Maybe I will. Maybe that video, because, like, you know, that video could pop off. Because people like watching struggle. You know, nobody wants to see somebody do something really well. They want to see you squirm trying to get what you're trying to get. Like, that's what the people have come for, you know? They've come to watch the struggle. Oops. That's what they desire. They desire the screams, the yells, the swearing. That won't happen because I don't swear, but they can only wish. They said maybe this is the game that will do it. I say no. Maybe Elden Ring is the game I'm actually really good at for some weird reason. I end up really enjoying it because it's like awkwardly like this weird game, you know. They say Melania is the hardest boss. Maybe I do a really good job. In my first playthrough, I beat her the first try. Maybe by luck, maybe by skill. Who knows? But these are the kinds of things. Or maybe I die 1,000 times to Margaret the Fell Omen. You know, the first boss that you ever have to face, and I died to him like 12 times. And like, I'm like, I can't even get past the first boss, no matter how hard I try. But then maybe it is a matter of like, okay, well, they do the same attacks. Maybe I just need to learn the attacks. And I've already seen them a ton of times, so maybe it's just a matter of getting the timings down. But But at that point, I can translate that kind of ideology to Drought with those bosses. They're not even, I haven't even really gotten to bosses. It's just the hard NPCs. But then again, I'm also doing this to hard level quests. Alright, bros. I'm trying to build here, and y'all are walking where I need to be placing blocks. What? But who knows, you know? I don't, because I haven't bought the game yet. I say yet, because I probably will buy it. All I have left is this. Oh. Did I do this wrong? Because now this is... No, I think... Here's how I love how I'm going back and forth between the two, even though I only have one. Because this is supposed to be here. Yeah, I did this backwards the whole way. This needs to be here. Why do these guys love standing where I need to place blocks? Like, seriously, man. They're just always where I need to be placing blocks. And we do that. And then we break these. We fall. We spleef ourselves. Trust. There you go. That's better. Other than, you know, the 5 Endermen that are currently here. Let's fly away and hope they despawn and come back and kill it. And then we could probably call it good there. Maybe. I don't know. If you keep going, you know. Perfect, though. And there we go. So it starts off pretty steep, you know, you go up. And it takes a little while. You eventually get up to this is not where that's supposed to be. Everything else is not right. And you get up here, and then you'd walk around the obsidian typically. And then you can either walk down, straight down, to the wither killing station. Right, that's already set up as it needs to be. And then when you need to go home, you walk around. I mean, you can even do one of these bobbles. You go like this, and you float in. And my bed was obstructed. But you know what I mean? Alright. That's a pretty good upgrade, though, I'll say. Yeah, because if I do Elden Ring, I'd love to live stream it, the whole playthrough, because I think Elden Ring is also a game that's really fun to watch live streamed, because there's a lot more going on. But then again, you also think that videos are typically just you fighting the bosses, and just the trials, and you losing your insanity, that entire time. That's basically what those games are based on, right? Who's a Steve? Shield. What happened to Shield? Well, this is empty, so I can throw that in there. And throw all those in there. And I can throw it all in here, because this was the original Lexington box. Okay. Let me... It's also be in there. Nice. Okay. Let me prepare myself. Maybe I should change it. Instead of 4 Elden Ring, change it over so that way it says subscription gold to play Elden Ring. So I realized I honestly struggled trying to think of how the English wording for that would work. I'm not gonna lie, like, I should really focus on an interior for this build, because literally it is just down there. That's all I have to worry about for this build. But I just don't want to do that no more. So I don't know. Oh, dang. I have not AFK'd here in a hot minute to do this. I need to look for the random sands and stuff that are going to be in here. Oh, shit. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Okay. We have some. Okay, we have a lot in this one, but we're gonna be out of pumpkin elements. Those pumpkins are gone. Because, bro, the other, like, okay, the other benefit of, like, Elden Ring, there's a freaking samurai class. Like, we're going samurai class. The one issue I think that I also have with it, that from, like, the videos, that I don't understand why sacred tears or golden seeds, like, what those do and why they're useful. I want to collect them, but I don't know where to find them. But obviously, if you play the game a lot, you just know innately where things are, because you've gotten them 1,000 times. So I don't know how well the game actually does in explaining where those things are, or if other people found them, and the people that I'm watching have just done that. So it's like, I don't actually know. One of these boxes has it. Okay, it is this box. Boom, 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 boom. A rare item for decoration. Ooh. Okay, that heals up the pickaxe. You need 4 maces for decoration? Sheesh! Her shield needs 4 maces for decorations. I don't even have a mace for a war, let alone to decorate with. Okay. I flew all the way over here to put these away, and I just realized it's back up. I literally flew past them. The boxes, I left them there. I forgot about that. Oh well, you can just fly back, drop them in. Oh, but you know what the one issue with the Elden Ring? Like, I'd have to definitely put a rated R tag on the stream, because, I mean, the violence, that doesn't bother me. But it might swear in it, so that's also a problem, and some of the designs might be a problem, but also I haven't seen fully, so there's also a lot of it that's just I don't know. So, like, it would not be family friendly. Granted, I don't have the family friendly tag anyways, because I don't know how PC family friendly actually is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can say die or kill and, you know, and have the family friendly tag. Okay. It has been 2 hours and 46 minutes. I don't really want to end stream, but I don't really know what other project to really work on that I want to work on. But now that I just made a bunch of changes, I kind of want to record that, which I could do on stream, but I just don't want to. As I said, I want to play Elden Ring, so like I'm like, right now I'm teetering on the edge. I know I have the sub goal. I know I have the sub goal up there. You know, I can't actually turn my character to look at it. I could try, but you know, so like I'm like teetering on the edge right now of getting it. But also, it's like, I don't know. Maybe we do that. You know, maybe we take a little bit of a break. Oh man. Okay, hear me out. I flip a coin. The other thing is, like, I want to wait for a sale, because like Red Dead Redemption 2, I have that game. I don't like it. I don't play it anymore, and I don't plan to. That was a $60 game. But I bought it for $30 because there was a half off sale. And I also have Last of Us, which is also a $60 game. That game was worth it. I just haven't played it in a hot minute because I'm not a huge fan of shooters. And so, like, shooting zombies, that's fine. Well, I mean clickers. But shooting people, that's harder because they shoot back. So that gets a little bit more difficult when you actually have to fight other people. But the nice thing is that it's a story game, not open world. So it, like, kind of is nicely forcing me to follow a certain kind of thing. So, certainly am lagging a little bit, which is a little unfortunate. I think I'm going to end, though. I think I'm going to end stream. This time, I'm not going to end on the seats, so I don't accidentally, because I did it again where I left the game open and I was just chilling. But I did it when I was in this building over here, and it's completely lit up around the area, so no mob found me. And I was on the second floor as well, I think. So we're gonna do that again, because I'm probably gonna forget again. We're gonna go all the way up, because the pigman won't kill me. By the way, if you haven't seen this was the last episode. This is a lot of this was also built on stream, but this is what we did in our last episode. Was this storage system? This whole building got done last episode. And no, there is no interior. Will I build an interior? Maybe. The problem is I'm not very good at interiors, and I have no idea what I want to do interior-wise over here. But we're just gonna go to this white wall right here. Actually, no, let's stand in front of the portal. That's kind of epic. All right, I'm gonna do it there because it's been a while. And we're just gonna. I don't really know what to do, and I don't want to teeter. So that's gonna do it for today. Let's see who we want to raid, if there is anyone to raid at this current moment in time. Not really. Link is live, and JJ Realms is live, who is Christian, but we could raid Joe. We could raid Joe Hills. You want to help me design this? Oh, alright, let's look up this guy. Seven VL. So he's doing Pokemon. I feel like I've seen this guy before. Alright, well, let's do this since you suggested him. Let's do Slack raid. Stiffen 7 VL. Alright, so it's gonna be
script everything and cut and edit their videos when they put them on YouTube. And
Okay.
post
Let's do.
long videos, which a lot of the videos we have are still good because they're just interesting. So there you go. Well, thank you.
Doug Raid. I'm in, and I forgot what I did last time. And I forgot, but we can do Doug Woe Heart, Doug Woe Raid, Doug Woe High. And we can raid on over. Do that. Sorry about the echo. It's just going to be that way. Just going to have to deal with it. And boom. And that's going to be all for today.